Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Willoughby Experience, where this is going to be one of the last of the main parts of this, as we're going to be focusing on another series, a collaborative one with a brother. And if you follow the podcast, you probably already know, but if you don't, I'm just leave it at that. Go ahead and listen to the podcast and go ahead and see what is brewing up. But we do have another series coming up. Willoughby Experience isn't leaving. That is not leaving. But in general, though, we will be doing another thing just to not burn out on this park. And we waited a good bit so that at least by this video comes out tomorrow, there will be an update that comes out. So good time, Good time. We'll update to all the water flumes and the slide physics and everything, which low-key kind of makes me want to try out some unique things that are not realistic at all. I want to try jumping them over slides. I want to see if that works. But right now, as you can see, I'm working on the gift shop. I really wish I could have showed y'all the station, but that was just done quickly on my laptop where I just really cannot record it. But here, this came out much better than I thought it really would have. Ended up bleeding in some of the elements I took from this gift shop. I ended up just using for the rest of this kind of whole area and station. It's gonna be just a whole big plaza, and I think this is really the first time I actually made a real themed plaza to a whole ride. And I really wanted to make sure it felt that way. It was a grand thing, probably one of the biggest things this Willoughby Experience will ever add. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with my first time going for that. I've done, small little plazas where, you walk up to it, kind of like Rougarou or something like that, or maybe like Dominator. That's a better way to do it. You walk up to that plaza and you see it's like around you and all that. But nothing like this where like there's shops themed and like kind of like Top Thrill Dragster's Plaza or that's basically the best one I could think of on the top of my head. But from that though, I'm pretty excited for this update. I can't wait to see. I really didn't mess around with the slides and stuff, so it's gonna be awesome to really see them having fun on the slides and everything. I'm excited, especially because I did see the people making slides, right? It's not like I just did not see them at all. So now that they are going to be pretty, they look pretty good to me from what I saw, and the fact that you can make them jump like the jumping from like I don't know if you can make them jump from slide to slide. That's what I want to test out, obviously. But because of that, it really made me want to try out some silly things. Maybe you'll see some silly content as well. But no, from here I was like, oh my gosh, it's coming together. It's really coming together here. As we are putting up this gift shop. This is the first real gift shop I'm attempting to ever make, and I thought it came out well. We're using the same trimming that I have on the bottom of the station, and good thing for the mechanics for just walking on through and staff to make it easy for me to kind of size all this. Stone Guess helps, but they're literally moving around it. It helps me with that perspective. And yeah, I did want it to be like it could be a lot of people coming in and out of here on both sides getting photos and whatnot. So I definitely wanted to be pretty sizable, but also like you could buy something real quick. I probably need to put some vending machines because they generally have those around in these areas as well. But yeah, right now we're just I'm just going with this, and I actually decided to not just go with the yellow. I think it could have just worked with the lightning bolt just having the yellow, but I actually ended up deciding to go with all the colors of the trains alongside of yellow, and I thought it actually added a bit more to the ride. Now the main logo is gonna have the yellow, obviously, but point still stands. I really liked the general look of having the different colors, and respectively being the trains, because those will be the lasers that will be shot. And now the main reason I didn't go with a yellow train is because we have a yellow train on Screaming Wheels. So I mean, honestly, I probably could have done it, but I just wanted to be like, look, let's just have different color trains all across the park. We already don't have that many roller coasters. Yeah. So from here, I'm just pulling in where you would probably be seeing your photos. It's going to be the illusion of that. This is me just kind of going off of all in my head, by the way. I was just thinking of all the gift shops that they throw you in, or the photos booths they throw you in, right at the end of the ride, where you can get your photos. And generally, what it is done is like either it's just photos, or it leads into photos straight up into the gift shop right after the photos, or it's a mix of both. So this I kind of wanted to be like, hey, it's a small mix of both, mostly for your photos though. As you can see, but I need to put, it's not finalized by the time you guys will see the final product of it though. I'm trying to find all the knickknacks and little things to put on there, little objects like gift shop stuff. It's really make it feel like there's things you would want to buy, want to get. Maybe get some picture frames too, that'd be perfect, because how they sell the different formats for the pictures here. But at the end of this, I'm gonna show you all at least the final product of LaZer, because why not? You know, with everything together, we're gonna say it's been like, unfortunately, like 2 years and some change. Not too long, like 2 years and like 2 months. After it's been like a Gwazi and Pantheon situation. Just because, like, look, we're not saying it's been sitting there for that long, but it took that long to be built. But the coaster itself was probably sitting long, and everything else around it was there. Kind of like how they did Epic Universe and everything, you know. So, yeah. It's been exciting, kind of just sitting in first person and seeing it test around the park, but you really don't see it anywhere else in the park. You have to be kind of up on it. But you can kind of see the weird flying snake dive, not flying snake dive element. But besides that, you know, generally speaking, you have to be in the back end to see it, back end of the park. And here, I'm just making sure for the cattle pen that there is canopies. Because I know they would be like, look, this is not going to be, we're going to have it here, but nowhere else in the queue. That's how cheap we are, right? But, in general, I think that they would have a good set, but unless they heard the complaints, they're like, alright, we're not going to spend the change. But that's just how this park is operating, you know. With the park coming up, there might be a lot of jank like that. But we'll see. We'll give you a precursor on it. It's definitely not a big budget park. It's not going to have nearly as much budget as this park. And this park already, it had a pretty strong budget, but is nowhere near the budget of Willoughby World that is still coming as a series. So, as I said, you know, I was saying, oh, I might not continue Planet Coaster content. Well, it's happening. It's just been popping. So, that is cool. Now, honestly, thank you all for just supporting and everything. We had a podcast come out. Definitely give that a look for the high rollers. We're talking about the honorable mentions of the rides of our year, of our rankings. And then the podcast we're actually recording today, we're going to be doing the half of our top 25. So be prepared. Be prepared for that. I know there's going to be some hot takes in there, but also going to be some good times. So. Yeah, so here I'm just making the gift shop, and then I don't know if there's a advanced move glitch or a duplicate glitch, but at the moment, sometimes when you duplicate certain items and then it will just eat your input, and when you try to do it over and over again, it will eventually crash. So if you see that, just save and don't do anything actually. Like, don't try it again if you notice it's a false click, like what just happened there. I edited it out, but I actually tried to replicate it, and then I realized if I noticed it happened and I immediately just saved, it was fine. And even when I immediately just did something else, like if I just didn't try to keep, you know, attempting to do the action, which is a duplicate or advanced move with what it was, then it will definitely just be okay. Like, alright, I'm not gonna crash. You just didn't press too hard. I don't know if it's a leak when that happens or anything, but it's definitely odd. But this is just the final part of it. We're gonna get the POV. The next episode is gonna be the walkthrough. One is going to be a bit shorter, as they did a lot of early Christmas stuff going on, but hopefully y'all are getting ready for the holidays. Hopefully y'all had good things, all that stuff. And also keep on the lookout for other projects happening, because that's also been the thing too. There's been some talk and some brainstorming in that aspect. So y'all make sure to follow for more Planet Coaster stuff, because it's definitely on the horizon. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.